Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho, and tonight I would like to offer your mid-month love and relationship reading working with the chakras, the angels, and the guides that come in to bring us messages. Today I am going to be using the Angel Tarot deck. And it is linked in the description if you're interested in any of the decks that I am using. I work with the elements when I do my readings, so we'll pull some cards for the singles under that sign or the element, and some cards for the couples or those in a relationship under that element. I read for the elements primarily, and if you're interested as to why I do that, there's a video linked in the description down below. You can check those videos out on whichever platform you prefer. With that, we'll get started, and we'll start with where to go. Added some different music today, so hopefully you kind of let me know what your thoughts are on the music, if it's too loud, not loud enough, if it's something you like. Gonna try to theme my music for the different videos a little bit more varied. We'll start with fire, which is the first of the elements in the zodiac. They go fire, earth, air, and water, so we'll go in that pattern as well. For fire, it falls under the signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And we'll start with fire singles. Where are the fire singles in their chakra? And this particular deck is one of my newer decks. It was gifted to me by a very dear friend. Need to turn on one more light, sorry. So I'll give you the impressions that I get right off the bat, then we'll fill things in with the book, because there's a lot of information with these particular cards. So fire singles, you're in positive energy, card 15. And what I'm getting right now is you're kind of above the chaos. You have seen what's going on and you've decided to step beyond that. You have this chariot, these horses pulling for you. They're pulling you because you've risen above everything, so they can just fly over the top of all the chaos that's down here. And so you're moving forward, and you're moving forward in grace and dignity. And what they're showing me is you're really aware of who and what you are in this moment. So the opinions of others are they don't hold the weight that they used to, is what I'm hearing. So let's see what the book has to say about these guys. It is, the planetary alignment is the sun. That aligns with fire quite well. It is representing masculine energy. It's linked with the healing power of light and love. Its illuminating rays emit life-giving and regenerative forces that overcome ignorance and stagnation. The 7 horses driving the sun's chariot represent the 7 chakras that must be traveled through on the journey to self-realization. So what I was getting is you're pretty much already understanding who you are. This is saying you have an open door to fulfill your destiny, basically. Keywords that go along with your card here: positive energy, radiant light, masculine force, power, leadership, authority, personal growth, and inspiration. This is your 3rd chakra, the Manipura chakra. This is the one that is your seat of power and authority. So for fire singles, you're in a really good spot. You're really in your power. You're in your authority. Other people can look at you and be like, oh, that's cool. You're being a good example, and it's radiating out from you. You may not even feel like you're being a good example because, well, I made these mistakes, but I'm trying to clean myself up, but I'm making these mistakes. Admitting that you're making the mistakes and allowing yourself to grow beyond that is being a good example. Being a good example doesn't mean you're perfect. Being a good example is you're learning and growing through your mistakes. So Messages from the tarot are the Ace of Fire, a new and exciting opportunity, career advancement, changing your life now. With that chakra energy, this is really saying right now you've got something new, Fire, and this is you guys right here, Ace of Fire. This is the beginning of something new. You already understand more about who you are than you did before. You're not a master of yourself yet, but you're heading that direction because you know what you want to become and how to grow beyond. That's what this card is saying, is you're heading in the right direction. The Ace of Fire is saying we have something new coming in. There's some new beginnings. They're hinting at maybe a new romantic relationship in the next month or so. So just be open to the new in this coming month period. Your second card is the King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, and practical, successful timing, confidently accepting opportunities, Midas touch. There's a lot of divine masculine coming forward. There's a lot of the golden touch, that solar energy that's coming up for our single fire guys. And what this is saying is basically you have that Midas touch. Whatever you want to get your hands on, whatever goal it is you want to achieve, especially in the realm of relationships, they're saying this does not mean flings. Relationship is a long-term thing. So you're working towards, if you having a relationship or building a foundation to grow a relationship is what you're searching for right now, Fire Single, this is the time to really put that into action. The tarot is saying you've got new beginnings coming in, you have the Midas touch, you have that divine masculine guiding you, and divine masculine will guide the feminine and the masculine. It is an energy. So this reading is very much masculine centered because the masculine energy is the projective. It is the fire that starts things. You have to have both, and even in same-sex relationships, you have a more masculine partner and a more feminine partner. And there's one that's the more initiated, and one more forward on initiating things. Can't talk today. And there's one that's more about being the stability, building things up, the more introverted aspect. So when you hear this, it doesn't matter what gender you are, understand that the energy that we're dealing with is universal. It's the universal masculine energy that's stepping up for Fire Singles in March of 2024. So now we're going to hop over and check out Fire Couples. What chakra are we in and what energy do we have? It's number 47 for Fire Couples, and this is if you are the fire in the relationship or if it's your partner, this is that energy, and it's the reality card. What I'm getting from this right off the bat is there's new balance, and that balance is carrying you forward. It's not a matter of simply, oh look, I've got some balance in my life and now I can stay here. No. This balance is supporting you and growing you. And they're showing being carried on the wings of a white bird, if you can see that. And the white bird is usually symbolizing peace, prosperity, but positivity in all aspects. Let's take a peek at where we're at in the chakras here. We are in the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, the I can't say that, so we just won't attempt it. We have Saraswati is the goddess on the top of the card. She is the goddess of wisdom, dressed in the color of purity, plays celestial music on the Veena while riding the swan, linked with loyalty and liberation. She is the monarch of music, creative arts, writing, true knowledge, symbolized by the scroll she's holding. Students are known to pray to her to help master their studies and sharpen their intellect. Some keywords: knowledge, wisdom, good memory, truth, mastering one's self, balancing positive and negative in one, arriving at your destination. So what this is saying in a relationship aspect is true knowing yourself is the ability to understand why you do the things you do. And it's also saying you understand here so you can understand when you're reflecting out here. And the reality of life is what's going on in your head, and I don't care who you are, is being fed back to you in a reflected form from the other person. And what this is saying is, when you're in your head and you're working on developing those positive things that you want to manifest, work on manifesting it within. The world will mirror it back to you. So you're in a relationship. What qualities in that relationship do you want to enhance, to grow stronger? You're in your 7th chakra. You're connecting into the divine in a very powerful way right now, fire couples. What is it you're trying to bring in? With this particular energy, what I'm hearing is focusing on and building your spiritual practice and working it with your partner. It doesn't mean you have to do the whole thing together, but working it with your partner is going to help deepen and find that balance. The music of the universe, the music of the solar system, the music of the spheres will start to be heard through your interplay with each other when you tap into that spiritual, creative knowledge within the relationship. So your first tarot is number 18, the Moon. So this is a major arcana card, so this is big life lessons. And it's Archangel Haniel. I did a video on her just recently. Pretty interesting angel. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. With Archangel Haniel coming in when you're tapping into your crown, asking to increase your intuitive psychic insights. When you tap into and grow your spiritual connection, the intuition, those clairs, those ways of knowing without knowing, automatically will start to increase. Every single person is going to have a different balance of those abilities. Do not compare yourself to someone else. If you are very clairsentient, you just know, but your partner is very, very much about clairaudience, they can hear it better, that's fine. Support each other in the knowledge that you have gained, because by doing that, you really start to affect that reality, and it shifts and grows that dynamic between the two of you so that you can get stronger. Fire couples, this is really a good reading for you. Your next tarot card is a major arcana. It's number 6, the Lovers, with Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships, carefully weighing decisions, good health. When you tap into that spiritual side, the good decisions become the only obvious decisions. That does not allow your ego to get in the way, because if your ego is being stroked by those good decisions, you might want to rethink what those decisions are. But when you're tapping into your intuition, you're really building that spiritual connection with God, Source Divine through your 7th chakra. The intuition, those insights will be the simple, they'll be the beautiful. They support and uplift your partner, they support and uplift yourself. And by doing that, you shift the reality that you are in into a way more beautiful and much more prosperous outlook. So fire couples, this next month is really looking good for you. Very much about growth, positivity, change in the right way, but also the deepening of your relationship with your partner and with God, Source Divine. So fire couples, definitely, ride that awesome wave of energy that's coming forward. So let's hop over into our earthen brethren's realm. And for Earth singles, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Whoa. That card leapt completely out of the deck. So for Earth singles, we have number 20, Transformation. No time to be stagnant now, Earth single. Things are changing, like it or not. That's what I'm getting. And that's not a bad thing. They're saying the changes are things that you've been asking for. You've been sitting down here, kind of like, I want these things to change. I want these things to be different. I want something better. But notice what you're doing. So we have, looks like possibly Shiva in his multi-armed form, dancing Shiva, coming in. We'll check that in the book, saying, you want changes? Move. Because you can't change your world and change your life simply by sitting down, that's a start. It's a great place to start. But there's there's inspired action that leads to these changes being so miraculous to everyone else, but to you it was the obvious next step. That's the beauty of working with law of attraction and that kind of energy. Is it to you, it's the most obvious next step. Everyone else is like, that was miraculous, how'd you do it? So that's the energy we're working with here. The card's deity is the Tripura Bhairavi. So that's this guy. It's not Shakti. Associated with the terror as well as protection, this fiery goddess is an aspect of the Divine Mother. Okay, I was way off on that, sorry. Who juggles the powers of creation and destruction. Looking at her fierceness can make the spirit of courage shake. Her battles are mostly directed towards burning away obstacles that slow the progress of her children's journey towards self-realization. Such obstacles as delusion, doubt, slothfulness, and other mental obstructions to make the upward movement of chakra energy possible. You are in the third chakra, the Manipura chakra. So this is the solar plexus. And whenever I bring in energies, I get tinglings through my scalp, sorry. Facing challenges, removing obstacles, creating positive changes, new skills or opportunities. Earth singles. Step up and be counted. You have a very powerful multi-armed goddess, not god, coming in, basically chasing the things that are holding you down, because there's a lion, so something big is holding you down. They're saying it could be a Leo friend that's like, no, you don't need to do that. The reality is that friend thinks they're doing the right thing, but it's not your spiritual journey that they are looking after. So this particular deity is coming in to say, no, we're not doing this. You've got things to do. Get up. I've given you inspired next steps. You've kind of poo-pooed them because of what other people's opinions are. She's being very, very loud right now, saying those other people's opinions do not matter. They do to a point, but not in the fact that they are infringing on your free will. So Earth singles, time to get moving. Life's about movement and change. It's time to start doing a little bit of the shaking. Not the most comfortable thing for Earth, I understand that, but it's time to take those next steps. Your support from the tarot is number 7 in the major arcana. Big life lessons here. The Chariot with Archangel Metatron. Important achievements, self-discipline, willpower, public recognition. All great things have come from discipline, vision, and hard work. And the hard work doesn't have to be physically straining. You have to have a vision. You have to know what you're after. You have to have discipline. Be able to hold fast to your mission. And then you have to have hard work. Can you do the next step? You are putting yourself out there saying, I can, I'm going to, I will. Can you? Will you? The Chariot is about speed. When you're talking in transformation, and we're talking love relationships here, so we're working with this energy of things are shifting and changing. You're single at the moment. Is something that you've been looking for, kind of wanting more of a romantic relationship? Are you wanting to take something that you already are kind of a friendship to a deeper level? Are you ready for that? The Chariot has a couple of questions for you. Because once certain things start happening, they go pretty quick. We have number 12, another major arcana card. The Awakening with Archangel Gabriel, looking at things from a different perspective. Traditional tarot, this would be the Hanged Man. A temporary standstill, and importance to be yourself. With this card coming in as well, it's about shifting your viewpoint. You have, Earth singles, some very big things coming up. Time to change and transform. Things are moving very quickly, but then you have looking at things from a different perspective with the Awakening card. Earth singles, you might be okay where you're at, but are you at peace with yourself? Are you happy? This is saying time to really review. Are you sure you don't want something more? If you do, this is the time to make those changes. And that doesn't mean have to be drastic changes. It could be something simple. But this is really your time to step up, Earth singles, and make those inner desires, those inner dreams, those inner drives, pull them forward and say, okay, I actually do want a partner. I do want a relationship. Now that I'm admitting it out loud, what's my next step? You have a whole lot of powerful energies coming in, Metatron and Gabriel, who are like, cool, we'll help you. Next steps, we got a lot of those. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to signs and symbols. If you notice you're watching something on TV and a feather falls in your lap, which happens, I'm not kidding, pay attention to that stuff and what's being said or what you're hearing when you find those little feathers and synchronicities, because Earth singles, there's some big changes coming for you. Good ones. Really, actually, they're showing me really good stuff. It's just you have to be willing to take the next step for that stuff to happen. Earth couples, it's number 25, service. This is, when you're in a relationship, it's not 50-50. That's a joke. It is 100-100. But it's not 100 in the fact of the way most people think. It's not, I'm going to give 100% of everything to this other person. I am going to give 100% of my devotion to this person. Devotion. I am connecting, I am bonding 100% with this other person. You can have other friends, but the relationship, your personal, more intimate relationship, is with one person. And that's what this is saying, is when you're of service to the other person, you care about the other person's needs, you care about the other person's wants, and they care about yours. So it's this constant giving and taking where you both are growing. Think back. Prime example of a little misunderstood period of this. Think back to the image of the white picket fence nuclear family. Dad goes to work every day, comes home, mom takes care of the kids in the house. He's making the money to afford the things at home. She's taking care of the home so that he has the ability to go out and work. So there's give and take right there. They're being of service to each other. There was a lot of other things going on, but we're talking basics. When you look at it from that perspective, he goes out, he is earning the paycheck, he's taking care of the bills, he's bringing her home the money, she's buying the groceries, feeding the kids, taking care of the yard work she could. There were certain things he would do, there's certain things she would do. The household was run in a bit more of a balanced state. There were always ups and downs. Not saying this is, some of those old TV shows, but there was always give and take. They were of service to each other, and it built a tighter bond. I've watched it with my grandparents before they passed over. They were bickery and they, cantankerous, but you could see that there was a service to each other that was very strong, and that's the energy that I'm getting from this card right here. We'll see what the book has to say, but that's what's coming up right off the bat. That's the intuitive part of what we're doing here. We're in the 4th chakra, so we're in the heart chakra, and the card's deity is Ram, a favorite in the Hindu spiritual tradition, the 7th incarnation of Lord Vishnu, the preserver. In Ramayana epics, he destroyed the demon King Ravana and saved the inhabitants of Earth from destruction. He married the beautiful Sita, an incarnation of Lakshmi, and followed the hero's path of duty and service. He married his lover and was of service to her and his country. He was a god, so but even through that, you can still offer service to other people as well. But we're talking relationships here, Earth couples. Keywords: selfless service, listening to your heart, being unaffected by others' opinions, strengthening yogic discipline or spiritual practice, seeking passage to higher chakras. The heart is the fulcrum of the chakra system. The heart holds the lower and the upper chakras in balance. You cannot access the upper chakras until you have passed through the heart. People will tell you that that's possible. I am telling you it's not, because how can you access divine truth if you don't know divine love first? How do you access the ability to see, understand, and comprehend grand schemes and why the world is the way it is if you don't understand divine love first? Everything comes from the ground up, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Then from heart, you build a new foundation. From the heart, you access communication with the throat, intuition with third eye, powerful connection to God Source Divine through the crown. The heart is the balance. The heart is of service. Your heart beats whether you want it to or not, whether you like it or not. Your heart beats. It is of constant service. That's what this is saying, is when you're in that relationship, earth couples, you are not ever not of service to the other person. You'll do things for her, she'll do things for you, back and forth. That's just how it works. Your message from the tarot is the Nine of Earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and self-employment. As a couple, pulling away and doing things as a couple is very important. When they say alone, they mean the two of you together. And you're doing that so that you can keep that connection. You build and rewire, you deepen the bond. It doesn't always have to be amorous activities. Sometimes just quietly sitting with a person next to a creek is enough to start to build that rapport with them, where you start to know what the other person's kind of thinking. Sometimes you actually will make that connection, which is even more powerful, because you're in a quiet state and you're enjoying each other's presence. Your next card is really Unity, number 5 in the Major Arcana, Life Lessons, with Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seeking out mentors, like-minded friends. When you work towards unity, when you're working with other people who are in the same type of mindset, you're easier, sorry, they're giving me a lot of words here. It's easier and you are more able to connect to the other person. When you connect into unity, you can be alone with that person, and it is like the most, healing, powerful growth that you can have. That's when the heart vibrates at its most pure. That's when you can understand that agape essence of divine love. And that's what they're bringing forward for Earth couples. Earth couples, I'm a little jealous right now because you guys have got some awesome energy coming up for the next month. And where you're at right now is powerful, powerful, cool. So, Earth couples, enjoy that bump in your connection this month because it's looking really good. Let's hop over to air and see what our intellectual brethren are thinking with our singles in the air realm. Air was talkative already. That about dropped that card too. Air singles, you're in bliss. This is a balanced state. It's a meditation. What they're showing me is meditation state. So this is a period of quieting the mind and being able to focus. Bliss comes from no mind, where it just quiets, the chatter stops, and you can just be. There's no stress, there's no drama, there's no nothing. You're just good. And that's what air singles are looking at this month. Let's see what our little book here has to say. It is the 7th chakra. So air, you're in your crown, which is awesome. It is beyond all elements is the state of bliss. It is not given to us to know everything. Sorry, air, you don't get to know everything. Or the source of everything. We know far more about the elements of the cosmos than was known in the past, but who can say what occurs or exists within one of the great black holes of outer space, or beyond them? Likewise, who can know what causes a few great souls to be born with a sense of eternal bliss, or what opens the door for some to develop such a sense more easily than others? It is only through divine grace and the opening of 1,000 petals of our 7th chakra that we can experience that which is beyond knowing. The 7th chakra is a 1,000-petaled lotus. As we grow spiritually and learn new things, new petals open with each lesson. Don't take that as something negative. A lot of people are way more open than they realize. Other people are just beginning and they think they're enlightened. So you have a unique energy building, earth or air singles. We have bliss, enjoyment, successful arrival at destinations, feeling high on life, connecting to your crown, tuning to the cosmic nature of love. I'm gonna grab a drink. And I even themed my drink to the video tonight. It's pink like love. With the bliss in the crown, it's really saying that you're okay with the knowledge that you've acquired, Earth Singles, and you don't have to learn more, you choose to. And for in a relationship aspect, you've done a lot, you've been there, you've figured some things out, you know what you want. You also know when you're ready to have it. So as of before we pull the tarot, what I'm seeing is you've been there, you've done that, you've kind of got an idea, but you're in a good place. You're okay with being alone. Something comes along, great. If not, you're okay. You have a good relationship with your soul and with your mind in this moment. And if it's not where you'd like it to be, what this energy is coming in to say is you're heading the right direction. So we have the Eight of Air, an illusion being trampled, an illusion of being trapped, not trampled, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. This is a little bit of a heads up. You might think everything's good, which the Bliss card is saying you're in a way better spot than I think you realize. The Eight of Air is saying if you're not there, don't feel like you're trapped. Don't feel like you have to keep going. That's right over there. It's not. It's right in here. So flip that, reverse it, start over. Go back into yourself and see what is going on. Why do I feel trapped? Why do I not understand where I'm at? So if things are not on that bliss state of like, I'm okay, the Eight of Air is saying time to go inside, time to see why. You also have the Eight of the Major Arcana, Justice with Archangel Ragael. Fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, standing up for your beliefs. So the things that you might be questioning, the things that you're like, am I doing the right thing? The illusions that are showing up of being trapped. Justice with Archangel Ragael is saying, these are other people's opinions. You've listened to them talk about, oh, I just think so-and-so. They just think they're spiritual, or they just think they know stuff. What I'm getting is their opinions need to be returned. Going inside, looking at what's going on, why do you feel trapped? And if a certain voice pops up or a certain opinion pops up, examine that. Whose is it? If it's not yours and it's not something that you see yourself as, bottle it up in a little bubble and send it off. It's not worth losing your bliss over someone else's opinion of you. So now if it's an opinion of, wow, that was really rude, I can't believe they did that, maybe check on what that reasoning was and find out, was I being rude or was that their opinion that I was being rude? Things to be aware of, just little tidbits here and there. Let's take a peek at our air couples. Oh, and air is covering Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I think I skipped that. I'm sorry, air guys and gals. So let's take a peek at our air couples. We have Cosmic Consciousness. I'm pretty sure we're going to be in the 7th chakra again. What I'm getting right off the bat from this one is understanding the other person from the state of God, Source, Divine. So you're not seeing this. You're not seeing, this. You are seeing this. You're seeing them as a soul. When you tap into the cosmic consciousness, the I, this thing here, this ego body I, the middle aspect of life, doesn't really exist at that point. You are connected into a source, to God's source energy, your higher self. So you see things from a much broader perspective. In couples, This is really about you guys being in your head to the point where you're popping back out the top. And that's not a bad thing. You're seeing your relationship from the broader perspective. You're seeing the energy interact. You're seeing that deepening of connection. And if it's not quite there yet, cosmic consciousness is saying you can see how to mend that and bring it together and fix it. Let's see what our little book here says. Maybe. Oh, book. Okay. We have 7th chakra. I was right. The card's deity is Krishna, so this is really a high energy card. Blue, Lord of Love, Wisdom, and Compassion. He is the one who's the most popular of the Hindu deities. He is known as the humble cowherder who played a celestial flute that enchanted many gopis or faithful devotees. Yet he is also considered the cosmic force of good who maintains order in the universe. When you tap into that cosmic consciousness, you start to understand the greatness of everybody. Doesn't mean that they're physically doing the right thing. You're seeing it from that higher perspective. You're seeing, especially in your partner, what it was that attracted you in the first place. You're not looking at it from, they left their socks on the floor again. Or, can she just put the seat down? You're not seeing any of that. Or the lid down. You're not seeing any of that. You're seeing that glowing soul, that being of, that's who I fell in love with. I don't care about the socks. I don't care about the toilet bowl. I don't care about the dishes. That's over there. That's every day. You're seeing it from a spiritual perspective. So air couples, you have a very divine gift right now of understanding the reasons of how you came to be with your other Love without fear, radiating positive energy, trusting your inner knowing, liberation, being awake in the now, taking time to play music, sing, dance with the innocence of children. Don't worry about the everyday stuff. That is really coming in loud and clear for air couples. The everyday will always be there. You'll always have dishes to do. There'll always be laundry that didn't make it into the hamper. There'll always be that bill next to the door that someone forgot. It just happens. You're here to connect spiritually. Remember why you fell in love with that person in the first place. Remember why that relationship started. Look at the other person and write down a list of strictly positive things. Don't let a negative thought, if it shows up, write that on a separate piece of paper, put that aside. Keep focusing on the positive, because that cosmic consciousness will activate that awareness where you see the person from that divine perspective way easier. Your tarot messages are the 6 of Water, memories from your history, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. Sometimes we want to say, oh, it was so much better 10 years ago. Was it? I mean, seriously. You've got to know each other. You've deepened your knowledge of each other. Now you have more of a love for that person, if you choose to see it that way. And the 6 of Water is saying, romanticizing the past is great. Remembering the beautiful, what brought you together, bring that forward. Leave the rest of it. You don't need that. Because that person still carries that beautiful aspect. So when you bring that forward with you, you're tapping into that cosmic consciousness, and it's bringing that person more into that glowing state again. The Knight of Air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with speed, taking time to review options, creative solutions. Bring your partner flowers. Order food in. Surprise them with dinner. Don't tell them where you're going. Do something nice, though. The Knight of Air is about making spontaneous, even if it only looks spontaneous, decisions. And in this aspect, what it's saying is do the things that bring a smile to your partner's face, that makes them light up. If you know that they love bookstores, go in to a just go to dinner, and then when you're done, oh, we're going home, take them to the bookstore. Don't drive in front of the store. Drive a block away. Walk around. Oops, we just found ourselves in front of the bookstore. Let's go in. You know, things like that. So it appears spontaneous. You planned it out, but it appears spontaneous. That is going to help trigger those loving feelings, that cosmic consciousness, to a much stronger extent. And what else are we here for but to enjoy each other? And if we've chosen to be with a partner, enjoy that partner. Them being happy will surprisingly make you really happy too. So we will hop over to the last of our elements, which is water, for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is a little bit longer of a video than I thought it was going to be. Sorry. They're bringing in some cool stories. And waking up some interesting memories, to be honest with you. So for our water singles, you are in the expansion number 29. And I'm not exactly sure which deity this is. They're riding an elephant, though. The expansion is, this is your period of growth, water singles. This is a time for you to expand your horizons, look beyond the day-to-day. The day-to-day is always going to be there. That's fine. You're in a romantic relationship type reading here. So when you expand your awareness, you take from, I only date this. You know what? Let's take those parameters. I want this type of person. And when you put in types, personality traits, things that you find attractive, physicality can be one of them. But it needs to be added into the mix, not the primary. And when you start to do that, you start to understand that, oh, okay, that person fits the bill almost perfectly. And then you start to expand beyond that. With this, though, it's expansion spiritually as well. So it could be your physical expansion into a much more spiritual aspect of your journey, which is always exciting. A little scary at times, I won't lie, but it's also exciting. So expansion is really about that growth and seeing things from a broader perspective, and then being able to move into that perspective. You have a planetary alignment with Jupiter, and this is the 5th chakra. Where are we at here? It's the throat. Planet of Jupiter is associated with the Hindu mythology with the god, oh good grief, Brahaspati, bringing good fortune, prosperity, and livelihood. He rides the elephant linked with... What does that say? Sorry, the light's not setting for me right. The elephant linked with purity, dominance, and ascendancy. In one of his 4 hands, he holds a sacred scroll, and another a whirling disc. Okay, I've been watching too many alien documentaries. With the power to cut through the blocks of the lower chakras. His 3rd hand is open to bestow blessings, and his 4th hand he holds the conch shell used in religious ceremonies as a sign of the god Vishnu, their preserver. So you're working with energies of gifting, of growth, and abundance, big time. Water singles. So, keywords: study, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, justice, ambition, abundance, expansion, adventure, extravagance, idealism, generosity, good-hearted by nature. You are really in a good spot, Earth singles. This is really your time to shine. You have a lot of divine, powerful blessings coming in, and what I'm getting is this is a time for you to remember that it may not be the greatest. That's fine. But what blessings do you have in the moment? And I'm saying that as in like, OMG, you have all these blessings right now. You might have that other thing you want really bad. Could be a relationship, it could be something else down the road, but we're seeing relationships right now. And that's cool. You can still have that want down there. But look at what you've got right now. And when you look at those blessings, you have all these divine aspects coming forward. And it's really saying, you're in a really good spot. You may not realize it, but everything's setting up for you. Now it's your turn to make those decisions. What do you want? Do you want a relationship? Do you want to stay single? Do you want something bigger? Do you want something different? It's all about looking within, understanding where you're at. They're saying gratitude is a huge one, and then with that, the ambition to move forward. We have number 3, the Empress, with Archangel Gabriel, so this is a major arcana card. Lavish abundance, giving birth to your dreams, nurturing yourself and others. The Empress is saying there is a divine feminine aspect that is coming in with this particular male deity to help grow your awareness. With the Empress working with the expansion deities of male, you are bringing in a balanced energy. The Empress is to help you connect to your divine feminine. Archangel Gabriel helps you tap more into that water, your emotions. They're really wanting me to focus on this disc that this deity is carrying because it cuts through the blockages of the lower chakras. When the lower chakras get blocked up or stoved up, generally it's emotions that are triggering that, and this is what they're saying. So working with Gabriel and the Empress, you're taking that divine feminine and the spinning disc, and you're clearing out the lower chakras blockages, the things that you can let go of now. Eventually you can let go of more. What can you let go of now? We have the Knight of Earth, loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, and a guardian angel. You may not like going through that. That's where the guardian angel comes in. The Knight of Earth says you're working with frequencies and energies that are very loyal. They want to support you. They want to help you. And they're dedicated. So once you get started, things are going to go pretty quick. But they're really wanting you to be the best possible version, whether you stay single, whether you're looking for a relationship. This is a period of growth. That's the expansion part. And they're giving you some next steps in working through some emotions, clearing out some of those chakra blockages, and then being open to those next steps. Because once you start processing through that, you might start to be, you will be surprised by how easy the next step is. It'll happen like you didn't even realize that there was another option, because it's going to be that easy to pick the next step. So our water couples, we have sensitivity number 14. This is tapping into your energy, water, and I'm also getting very strong tapping into your sensuality, the 5 senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, all of those. And what I'm getting is this is for you, water couples. This is really about you tapping into the deeper and more vibrant aspects of who you are, allowing your sensitivity to be more brought forward easier. Being sensitive to the needs of your partner, being sensitive with your other partner or with your partner, so that you guys can grow together. That sensitivity is an intimacy that has nothing to do with the bedroom. Can increase that, but it has nothing to do with it. It's an intimacy of soul to soul, and that's where you're sensitive with each other. So let's see what the book has to say. We have the crocodile is the image on here. Where is it? There's a crocodile in there. Right here. I couldn't even see it before. This aquatic beast of water is known as Makara. It is linked with sexual vitality and volatility, slippery nature, and sensuality. He carries on his back the seed sound Vang that, when gently hummed, increases circulation of bodily fluids and tempts the Kundalini to rise. So that's the symbol for Vang. We have focusing on sentiments, sensuality, learning from others, balancing the nectar of love and difficult relationships, overreaction to emotions. You don't want to overreact to the other person sharing their emotions. If they're opening up and sharing with you, that's because they trust you enough to do so. Don't damage that. You may not expect it. You might be like, whoa, what are they doing? And that's fine. You can have the whoa response, but catch yourself and then be like, oh, what are we actually talking about here? Because this is a deeper relationship than or deeper sentiment than what I thought. That's that sensitivity of knowing when the other person is opening up and how to handle that. It's not always easy, but water, you're tapped into your emotions anyway. You're way more open to this reaction than others are. So this is something that you have a gift in doing. And we are in You're still in the second chakra, so this is your sacral chakra. Your message from the tarots is the Three of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, being a team player. Well, you're in this relationship together, so being open and connecting and that bonding of sensitivity, that's what's coming up. Sometimes it's a little creative on how you respond. Sometimes the best response is to just hold the person. Let them get it out, let them process it through, and then other times allow a source, because the divine's never going to leave you hanging in this aspect. It might feel like it sometimes, but they don't. Allow them to guide your words. If you feel guided to just not say anything or just to hold the person, allow that to happen. Or if you're the one that needs to be held, don't push your partner away if that's their love language, is like trying to hold you and you're spilling your guts. You know, as long as they're not trying to like cover your mouth, allow them to comfort you in that respect, because it might be something they're uncomfortable with, and that's their way of handling it. That's sensitivity. Yeah, you might be the one having the meltdown, but be sensitive to the fact that that's something they may not be comfortable with, your partner. So this is working together and building. The Four of Fire is contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. When you can be open, when you can be that intimate and sensitive with each other, where you're open to communication, even about the rough stuff, the Four of Fire is saying the amount of growth and connection and bonding that you and your partner can do water in couples is powerful. Things grow very strongly when you have that intimacy with each other. Again, not talking about bedroom stuff. I mean, that that might come later, but with that intimacy is being able to trust that person implicitly, knowing that you are in the relationship with someone that you care about and that they care about you and they are willing to grow with you in a spiritual aspect. So that is all I'm hearing on that. So with that, we will wrap this video up. It was a little longer than I anticipated. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and comment down below what you thought of the video content, concepts, things like that. With that, I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.